It's been a great year on the pitch in both divisions, but off the pitch, we heard the recent announcement of the minimum wage contracts coming in next season. You were crucial to them talks in your role with the PFA Ireland as well. How crucial is that to players and clubs for next season?
Yeah, look, it's from a player's point of view, it's huge because as players we're looking to drive the standards higher and make it a fully professional league. It was a long process, but thankfully we got there in the end. There's still a couple of things that we're a little bit unhappy with. That myself as chairperson, kind of Pico as vice chair, the management committee, the office staff. We'll look to improve things again next year. It's huge for players, so in terms of getting paid in pre-season till the end of November, players aren't being exploited in pre-season and stuff like that. So it's only fair once you sign a contract, you're getting paid from that moment. So yeah, no, it's a really big positive news for players. It's unprecedented, so it's kind of a landmark win for ourselves. In terms of setting standards for players in the league.
It's a step in the right direction towards professional Premier Division and a professional First Division. Hopefully we'll see in the next few seasons.
Well, that's it. Looking at it, while it is huge, it should have been done 10, 15 years ago. So we're only kind of starting to catch up now. I think next for us to go fully professional and have a football industry, we're looking at having a minimum number of professionals at each club. And I think that can only drive the game on in terms of standards on and off the pitch.
In your role as chairperson of the PFA Ireland, what does that involve and how much have you been enjoying it?
Oh, I've loved it. Since I took over, since I was voted in when Gary Rogers stepped down, when he retired.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a goalkeeping thing. No, it's been really enjoyable. I've kind of worked closely with Stephen and Simone and John on things, and there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes that the players wouldn't see, like the finance committee I have to chair and the management committee meetings that we have, and it kind of shape the future of the organisation and take players' views on board and what way we see the game going, and that the organisation, while we have the office staff, it's driven by the players and it's led by what players' wants and needs are, and we kind of adapt to that and drive it on.
And lastly, just back on the pitch, it's been a remarkable season in both divisions. We've seen massive crowds all across the country and great games and teams competing in Europe as well. So would you say it's been a good year for Irish football?
I think so. I think that the crowds have been a massive plus. The amount of sold out games, I don't think I've seen in my 20 years in the league. I haven't seen that many sold out games, which is great. And again, it's just raising the standards, and obviously the let's say the product on the pitch, the standard of play is getting better. It's more attractive, and it's been a really successful year, both on and off the pitch. I think you just look at the quality of players that we have in the league, and I mean Brexit's huge on that. I suppose that our best young players have to stay here till they're 18, and again that's up to us. It's a good moment in time that we have to adapt to that and really put finances into professionalising our academy, so the standards of players coming through to the first team are higher, and then they're able to go to the UK or wherever. We've seen obviously going to Italy and other countries like that, but when players go away with 50, 60 games under their belt, it's a lot easier to adapt to a professional setup over across the water.
Brendan, thanks for your time.
No problem.